Howdy, Possum Patty and little Miss Titi here. And we just popped over to the bookshelf to get Flat Stanley's journal because Flat Stanley has a new adventure and he made a new friend. Yes, he did. And also, when I was at the library the other day, on their special little shelf there that is like a book sale, I found 5 Flat Stanley adventures. He's going to enjoy these a lot. Now, this is the more modern Flat Stanley, and this is the more classic Flat Stanley, but he doesn't mind at all. And also on the book sale shelf was the complete guide to rocks and minerals. Now, this big book was $2. I thought that was a bargain. And the little Flat Stanley adventures are about 40 cents each. You get 5 for $2. So I just thought I would share those quickly. And now I'm going to tell you about Flat Stanley's adventure. And we're going to do a little journal page for him in his new Flat Stanley journal. Come on along. Mr. Possum had an appointment out of town, and it just so happens that in the town we were going to, there is a rock and mineral shop called Masterpiece Minerals and Gemstones. Quality, rare, and common stones from around the world, crystals, specimens, jewelry, and birthstones. And this is run by Rhonda. And you can find her on Facebook at Masterpiece Minerals. Well, I saw this advertised in our local, I call it the Penny Saver magazine. You know, it's that little newspaper flyer that they send every week that has local advertisements in it. Well, every week I've been seeing this advertisement. And I said, well, if we ever get up to that town, we've got to pop in and visit this. And when I Googled, did the Google Maps, this was only about 10 minutes away from where we were going. So I was like, Mr. Possum, we're going to stop in. So, yes, what a beautiful store she has. Oh my goodness. It is so neat and creatively organized. Every shelf is just gorgeous with all the stones and mineral specimens and birthstones and jewelry. And she has a special like little Native American artisan section, and there's some carvings by a local artist. His name is Eric J. Kim, and she had some of his carvings there, and she had some fossils and some large crystals too. And what I did buy were 2 really nice ammonites. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Little sea creature there. You can see the fossilized shell. And I told her all about my grandniece wanting to be a paleontologist when she grows up. And she gave me this little tiny fossil shell to give to her as an extra special gift. And that was Rhonda. So Rhonda and Flat Stanley got to yakking away, yes. And they became very good friends. And he was telling her that, all about the Just Journaling channel. And he goes on adventures and I do journaling. So it was really a fun visit. And if you're ever in the neighborhood, look up Masterpiece Minerals and Gemstones. It is a wonderful, wonderful place to go to. So I'm just going to pop in a simple journaling page. I printed out a picture of Rhonda with Flat Stanley on the counter there. Because remember, I said he meets people everywhere. And I said, I have to start documenting when he meets these people and their names, because I forget their names right away. Now, because this is a mineral and gemstone shop, do I want to use something from my new book? Wow, this would be interesting. Part of the cover. I can put her picture on there. Do a little bit of journaling. I'm going to do more journaling about this place in my rock journal, because I'll put in my ammonite, and I'll probably give one of these to my niece, but that's Titi. She's learned how to pretend to be a dog. She now goes woof, woof, woof. Yeah, she started that not so long ago. See, I don't need the dust jacket because, you know, look at the cover of the book, right? Oh, and look at this amethyst. Oh man, she had beautiful amethyst crystals. Oh my gosh, one was like 4 feet tall. It was gorgeous. Oh. And that's my birthstone. And then she had this big shelf all full of amethyst crystals too. I might put that in my rock journal. But I might use this picture for Stanley. It's also on the back, so I don't have to worry about that. You know what? I would really love to have that whole word. Oh, well, you know what? I can get rocks and mineral. Maybe I only need to cut out the S and the ampersand to make this fit. Okay, I'm going to cut this down to size and be right back. I got this to fit on here so I can still read rocks and mineral. Well, it's going to read rock and mineral because I'm going to take a little piece of the part that was below there and make just a little pocket here like that. Rock and mineral. And I'll just make a little journaling card with the picture, because this is, you know, that real shiny plasticky stuff, and I probably will not be able to journal on this paper here. So all I have to do is glue this down, and again, this is like plasticky stuff, so I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac, because this usually holds that a little bit better than the other stuff. You know, I love just journaling, you know, because it's not like, you know, I'm making a beautiful journal to sell and it's got to be perfect and I want people to buy it and I have to stress out on the materials that I use and how it's coming out. Yeah, all I have to do is make a fun journal and journal in it. So I'm going to make the pocket about that big. Put a little tacky glue on the back of this. Well, I guess folks have been seeing possums everywhere because Sharon at Connections of Lives and Interests, her and her hubby, Mr. Thumbs Up, I believe when they were on a little bit of a road trip, they found a possum in a gift shop, and she actually made a little video about it just for me, and I'm going to link that below. And just today, Miss Amy at the Doki Doki Forest, She saw a car she thought was mine. Oh my gosh. I showed this picture to Mr. Possum and he's like, you have to get a license plate like that. I absolutely need a possum license plate. So whoever this person is, they must be a member of the Awesome Possum Society because they had possum bumper stickers all over the back of the car, a possum license plate. I wonder if they were into rescuing possums. You know, like I was sharing Lala Gamma's granddaughter Tori pictures of her rescue baby possums. Can I fit her on here? Doesn't leave me much room to journal, but I could do that. All I need to do, I'm in Stanley and Rhonda, put a date, and then I can write a little bit on a card and put that in separately. That's an idea, because I think I'm just going to leave this page like that. I mean, it looks like the cover of a book, and I love it. It's a rock and mineral. And I will put their picture on the back here, and put that in there, and find something to journal on. I found this cut apart perfect with all the crystals on there. Stanley's new friend is Rhonda, owner of Masterpiece Minerals in the quiet corner of Connecticut. Stanley loved looking at all the crystals and gems and chatting with Rhonda about fossils. And I put the date below the picture. And I was just going to put these in the pockets and say, okay, I'm done, but you know me, having a blank space there, that just needs to be filled in. I was thinking about using this scrap. It's a little too small, but no worries. There's lots more on this cover. Lots more on this cover. How about this strip down here? I also have some up here and some over here. Oh, look at that. Okay, this might just be perfect. Possum perfect. All right, I am going to chop this down to size. Well, I decided instead of chopping this all the way down to size, that I would just glue this on there and then trim it. Saves all that measuring. I really need to find out where you can get those possum bumper stickers. Although Mr. Possum won't let me put them on the car, but they are really funny. So see if I just line this up here, and then instead of measuring, I can just trim. Lovely, lovely. I guess I didn't line that up very well. No problem. Well, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I'm just going to pop it into the pocket here and give myself a possum pat on the back for having completed a journal page right away for Stanley's adventure, because you know I do have some old adventures I need to put in here, and I am not worried about putting them in order. Yes, not worried about that at all. They will get in here, and there's a picture floating around on the desk with Stanley and the friendly National Guardsman. Oh, I do have his last name on there, but I don't have his first name. And that's when we went to the car show, and that was months ago now. But I wanted to get that in here too. Yeah, so I'm going to have to work on that one. Oh, and then there's some other adventures too. My goodness. Yeah. That need to go in here. Oh, they'll get in here. You know what? I don't like clipping pictures, but let's see. Maybe this plastic clip here. So I'm just going to leave this smiling soldier's picture in the journal right there. A little crumb to start the next journal page. And Flat Stanley and I will read his adventures together, and maybe he'll pick out a few images to put in his journal. And I just want to leave you with this little quote from Kusha over at Sketchbook School. Yeah, I did take a little sketching course with her. And at one point in the course, she said, "Done is better than perfect." And I thought that was awesome, perfect, right? Because it's the journaling that's important, not the perfection. So I just want to wish you happy junk journaling, and thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.